No, I don't. I don't yet. Sounds fine.
Okay, cool. Then I'll keep it up.
Oh, whoa. I need to silence the Twitch stream.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do. You're going to get a million echoes otherwise.
That's what that was. I was like, why is it still hearing somebody? Oh, that's why.
Okay. Okay. And now doing the same thing. It's going to be echoing. Okay. Yeah. So last week we arrived at Baldur's Gates. We had you guys had a nice time at the festival, where nothing horrible could possibly go wrong. And Duke Abdel Adrian was attacked by an assassin and killed, despite your best efforts. And then his assailant transformed into a horrible monster, who I now have a token for, and leapt into the crowd, and has killed at least 2 people already. Well, I mean, it looks like they're dead. He's got, like, claws going through their chest and, like, cut off one's head.
Can I roll a knowledge check to figure out what the heck that is?
Yeah. I think demons... In previous editions, demons were, like, knowledge of the planes, but that doesn't exist anymore. I kind of like religion for demons.
Okay. I will roll. Ugh, not that good. What do we got? Well, I got a 6.
I got a 12.
This doesn't look like anything either of you have ever heard of.
I have knowledge of religion. I can try that.
I have a plus 4 to knowledge if someone wants to roll for me.
Yeah, mine's not great, so I at least have proficiency. I got a 19, though. I rolled well.
19.
This doesn't look like any of the...
Canonical demons?
The common... Yeah, the common demons that are spoke of. You think once the dust settles of this battle, and if you're able to kind of examine it a little bit closer, you might be able to glean some more information, but there's not a lot here in the heat of the battle that you can really tell about it. So that being said, let's see here. If we find I can use our initiative from last time if I can figure out which one it was. I think it was this one. I think it was like Diabroth and Jay at the top of the order, and then Tars, and like Emilda was at the end. I think that was the initiative that we were playing with last time.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yep.
And I believe we ended right after. I think Tars went last because it was like, Bronson, you were about to leave. Need to leave and sign off for the night.
Yes, my turn had just ended.
Yeah. At least, yeah, that's why I remember it was your turn. So, yeah, the last thing that happened was this guy transformed. I left his token here on the stage, but he is now this creature over here. And it's Zashar's turn. There are still a few of these thugs who, some of them seemed slightly shaken by their apparent ally turning into this thing, but they're still also clearly looking to continue fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm raging, and I'm next to this dude. So, is that Jay that I'm flanking him with?
Yeah.
Back there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to be too reckless then. I don't have my shield out yet, so I'm going to swing two-handed first.
Yeah, these guys are not well armored. They're just wearing leather armor.
Right. Yeah, if I need to move 5 feet closer to hit that guy, I will, but otherwise I'm just going to hit that guy. Good roll. Good roll. It's an 18 on the die. I can't remember what my attack bonus is. I think plus 5, so yeah, 23.
Yeah.
Great.
You got
So that's 1d10 plus 5. 8 damage.
Okay. And I believe he's already been injured. How much damage did you say?
I did 8.
8?
I think I had smacked him.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think I have his total. He looks like he's barely clinging on. He's not down yet, though.
Okay. Well, that's all I got.
All right.
I don't think I really want to move given the situation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's Zeale. Unfortunately, you can't see the map, I'm guessing, too well.
I can see you just fine.
You can see it just fine. Okay.
Yeah. I hit the injured guy.
Shoot the injured guy. Okay.
Yeah, I have a plus 7 to my longbow and a sneak attack.
Okay. You hit him, and he's down. He only had one hit point left.
Oh, okay.
Nicely done.
Do you want to move it all?
Yeah, I'll move toward the creature.
Okay. 30 feet, or do you want to use your bonus action?
Is there anyone near any of the guys that's still alive?
Not at the moment.
Oh, dang! So I can't do anything. Yeah, no, I'll just move 30 feet and then I guess hide in the bushes.
Yeah, you can use your bonus action to try and hide. It's
Yeah, I have a plus
not
2 to
really. There's a lot of eyes on you, so it's probably not really possible. But
Well, isn't he still in the crowd, technically?
No, I'm in the little flowers and stuff.
Right.
I mean,
Man,
it's not like a forest or anything. It's not like heavily wooded. I mean,
I have a plus 8 to hide. I can hide under a leaf. Or stealth, I should say.
you can try, but you'll look ridiculous.
That's fine. I have no other reason to use my bonus action.
Okay. Then it's Imelda. Frank, are you still able to control Imelda?
Yeah, I'm just looking at her sheet to see if there's a particularly useful spell.
There's two guys left. They had crossbows, I believe. Although they do have melee weapons on them as well.
I mean, I think it's more important to shoot the demon at this point if she doesn't have a spell that can hit both of those guys at once.
The demon seems to be slaughtering people.
Yeah. So she's gonna attempt to shoot the demon because, or you know what? She's gonna viciously mock the demon if it's within 60 feet.
Okay, I think it is. We're pretty close.
Because that will at
it's
least
70 feet. She could get within 60. Then.
Yeah, she'll move close.
Okay. How much?
She'll
closer?
move just 10 feet closer. She doesn't want to be terribly close to that thing.
Okay.
But up next to Diabroth, so he can use the shield.
Okay.
Oh, I'm planning on running in.
Okay. She will viciously mock him. He'll make a wisdom save. And fail.
Oh.
I think he takes like a d6 psychic damage or something.
I think it's more than a d6, but it's, crap, I don't have my player's handbook handy. I gotta go get it.
He gets a disadvantage on his next attack.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing. For all we know, it could be.
Multiple. He could have multiple attacks.
I don't know how demons deal with psychic damage, but TUV. It's got to be a D10. If I had to guess, maybe it's a D8. I don't know. UV. Oh, it is D4. All right. Well, that's 3 psychic damage.
Okay.
It's so ugly, she doesn't even know how to insult
Yeah,
it.
you barely even. It does. You don't notice it even look phased from that. Hopefully, it'll allow some helpless person to not get slain. And that's end of the round. So, all right, the crowd is gonna be screaming and running even more, but there's just so many bottlenecks to get out of this area. There's so many people crammed together.
Would the demon get an attack of opportunity on a random crowd person?
Thanks for asking. Yes, it would. And it would be at disadvantage. Oh. Well, the good news is the disadvantage saved it from critting. The bad news is the second die roll was a 19. A third helpless bystander is dead. Alright,
Those peasants. Okay.
Those peasants.
the crowd is now cleared out to this point. And it's Tyranny's turn.
Well, I'm gonna double move up to it, up to the demon.
Okay, so you can move up to 60 feet. That you can get right up to it.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Come at me, foul beast! I just want to save as many people as I can.
Oh my gosh, stand on your feet. I think it's your tail.
Yeah, his tail keeps hitting his tail is hitting the bench.
Yeah. Oops.
Why?
Damn it.
Ah! Wait, is its brain popping out of its head?
It's not actually.
Is it a Nomu? Is it a Nomu?
No, it's not. Oh, like from My Hero?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want it to be in your headcanon. Yeah,
Kind of looks like a liquor.
that's the model.
From,
I'm thinking it's more of a liquor from Resident Evil.
It's actually the model that I took. I found a liquor. Its brain is not exposed, but it does have nasty like claws and protuberances. Okay, that was Diabras, so then Jake.
Okay, am I within 30 feet of any of the thugs?
Yeah, I think you are.
Oh, did you take that guy out? Nice.
Yeah, you're pretty much exactly 30 feet away from one of them.
Alright, I'll go attack the one that I can.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I got a 17? 17.
Yeah. You got him.
Alright. For 9 damage.
Okay. Very good. How about Tars?
Alright, I'm going to move 30 feet closer to the demon, and I'm going to use my action to, I guess, take a charge off my, my rod.
Ooh, what does it do?
It regains a spell, one of my spell slots, and I can't use that property again until I finish a long rest.
Oh, it takes an action to do that?
Yes. So, yeah,
Were you otherwise out of spells?
out of spells. I mean, I have cantrips, but yeah, I really need to use a serious spell next. So.
Got it.
That's worth it. That's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm excited about it.
All right. Yeah, you feel some... This is the first time you've used your rod for that ability. And
Yes.
it's great because your model actually has you holding a rod.
Oh, that's my constant equipment now. So yes.
Yeah, it totally activates as it should, and you feel some infernal energy pulse from the rod and into your body.
So yeah.
All right, their turn. This guy is up, and the thugs are up. But first with Diabroth, it's gonna like kind of backhand a claw at you, but then leap back into the crowd further. So
Can I attack him?
you will be able to, but notably and kind of it's kind of scary. It leaps like kind of like a frog would, extremely high in the air. We're talking like 10 feet, just straight from the ground. It jumps like 10 feet up, and then like 20 feet over, and lands like in within the crowd again.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is nutty.
What the hell is this thing's motive? Madness.
Madness, yeah, it's just straight chaos, man.
First attack on Diabroth from it. What's your AC?
19 with my shield.
Okay, it slashes you, and you need to make a save, a Constitution save.
Okay. Ooh. 17.
Okay. Yeah, you feel some kind of energy trying to like hold you in place, but
Yeah.
you break free from it.
That's
But
good.
what you don't do is resist the damage, which
Yeah.
is um, 7 damage.
Alright.
And over in the crowd, so he comes down with like overhand slash and just like hits the ground, actually like misses the person, but then like claws into the ground and pulls forward and like launches forward with a bite and catches a person like just across the torso from the back and like crushes them, and they crumple. So 4 bystanders dead. Over in Thugland, one guy is going to rush at Diabroth, and one guy is going to stay fighting Jay. They both drop their crossbows and have their maces out.
Is the one that went to sleep still asleep?
Yes.
Okay, because Imelda is really concerned about taking one of them alive, even though Zashar is not.
The one that's attacking Jay doesn't he get a penalty for unsheathing his sword? Or an attack?
Yes. As a matter of fact, he does. His first... Did I word it as all of their attacks or just their first attack? If they're going to have multiple attacks. This is from my house rules. Let's see.
Says multiple attacks.
He just might. He's a tough thug.
He must not know Bato Jutsu if he gets a penalty when he draws attacks.
Yeah. Well, against Jay anyway. I'll just do the first one at disadvantage. It definitely misses. But he makes a second attack. That also misses. Over on Diabroth. 1 hit and 1 fumble. I don't have any fumble stuff prepared here, so we'll just say he misses. It'll be the same for you guys if you fumble. His hit is only for 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay, that's all that they do. It's Zashar.
Alright, Zashar is not even able to. Can I charge up to the one guy near Jay?
Let's see.
I'm just going to double move as close as I can. But,
Yeah, he's 30 feet. Otherwise, it'd be 50 feet to the one by Diabroth.
Okay, then I want to double move up to the one by Diabroth because that's closer to where the demon and the big action is.
Got it.
So just straight beeline run. Yep, flank position there. Just screaming like a madman.
Okay. Do you have to actually attack on your turn to maintain your rage?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I have to either attack or get hit. I forgot about that. Damn it. Let's see. I suppose I could throw a javelin if I have to. That's literally why I have them, but I'd rather get up. It ends if you are knocked unconscious, if you end your turn and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to throw something at him.
Okay.
So I still have a hand free. I haven't drawn my shield out yet. So
Sure. Yeah.
So I guess I'll interact with object to pull out a javelin, and I guess I'm only moving 30, and then I'm throwing something at him.
Okay. We'll move you 20 feet back. And who do you want to throw the javelin at?
Let's throw the one at the one near Diabroth, because I saw Diabroth get hit by the demon, literally,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Is it within 30 feet? So I still have.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so hey, I'm on fire. I rolled a 20.
All right. We will use alternate crit rolls though.
Okay, so this is
Another alternate crit.
ranged piercing.
All right. Show me what you got.
I got a D10 that says an inspiring shot. Max damage. One ally that can see or hear the attack gains 1d4 as an inspiration die, used like Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And additionally, if it reduces the target to 0 HP, I can distribute even more inspiration die. But I don't think it's going to.
He's at full hit points, so probably.
Yeah. And I don't get to add, I only add rage bonus to melee damage anyways, so.
Okay. So what's your max damage?
It only deals, it's max, right. So I was rolling it. So 9 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose to give that inspiration die to Diabroth because he is in the middle of the fight right now.
So javelin whizzed by his head.
He's closest to the demon.
I feel pumped.
All right.
After
You've got a
seeing
D4 you can add to an attack, save, or ability score. It's not damage.
After the roll?
After the roll, but before you
Damage.
before you ask if it hits or not.
Okay, alright.
Okay. Excellent turn. Then it's Zeale.
I'm back at my desk so I can roll myself.
All right.
If I can find my dice. I guess I'll use these new ones. Okay, cool. So, is anyone within 30 feet of me? Because
Any ally or enemy?
yeah, I guess I can move. Oh yeah, it looks like I can move and get easily within 30 feet.
Yeah, Diabroth is 30, the thug is 35, the demon is 50.
I'm just thinking like once in my bonus action I can tell someone to aim for the head.
Yeah.
You know. So okay, I'll shoot the guy next to Diabroth and hopefully kill him so Diabroth can just get away.
Yes.
I got a 14 plus 7, so 21.
Yep, and that's a sneak attack.
Yep. Alright, so first sneak attack. 2 is 8, and then my damage is 13 total.
13. He is up.
Well, then I guess I can only give advantage on attack rolls, so Diabroth is going to take that. Oh, wait, no, I think we said it. Oh, no, the creature has to be within 30 feet of me.
Maybe it is.
You could move a little bit closer. But
Yeah, I'm
then
looking
he has
for
to
it.
attack the one that you commanded or advise him on or aid him on, right?
Okay, yeah. So the target of my attack has to be within 30 feet. So I don't need to be 30 feet from Direbroth. I need to be 30 feet from the demon.
Yes.
That's where he's going. All right. So make sure I'm within 30 feet of the demon, and I'll be telling Direbroth, aim for the head.
Okay. All right. You move a little bit closer. You're within 30 feet of the demon. Then it's a Baldur.
Can she move on close to the one that's sleeping over there? How close can she get to him?
Yeah. She could get right up to him.
Great. So she's going to do that. She's going to stand over him. I mean, eventually she's going to tie him up, but right now it's more important to be in the middle of combat. And she's going to help out Jay by insulting the dude that he's fighting.
Viciously
It's
mocking
another-
her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saying you couldn't beat a pickpocket in a fist fight.
He is sufficiently mocked.
Well, then he takes a massive 1 psychic damage and has disadvantage on his next roll.
Okay. Very good. The crowd flees, and they've fled enough now that some of the city guard finally has broken free enough to engage the demon.
We'll see how this goes.
When it's their turn, which it could be right now. So there's 3 guys with spears and 1 guy with a sword and shield. And these are they're not the ranged kind, they're still in the 5-foot range. Oh, it says reach 5 feet, so yeah. Oh, demon! Okay, this guy doesn't get range to attack, but these 2 can without flanking. Actually, this guy could have done so like here. So 3 of them will be able to attack. All right, 2 spear guys. One of them damages it. And sword and shield guy is going to make 2 attacks, but only hit once. And then it's Direbroth.
Well, I am going to run and flank the demon.
Okay.
The guards.
Alright, the thug is going to try and attack you, of course. But it doesn't damage you. It hits you in the back and doesn't hurt.
Good. Alright, well, I have advantage on this roll, and +3 because of my channel divinity. So.
Alright.
Ooh. That is 20 something.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Are you sure it's evil?
This is also considered as magical, if that matters.
It might.
It's just fine.
Okay. That's 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. It snarls back at you. And then it's Jay.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little 5-foot step, so that if I hit him and push him, he'll be like pushed towards his buddy.
So you want to go like this?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay.
Alright, we'll attack him. Oh? Yeah, we're gonna attack him. Alright, total of 20.
Yeah. You got it.
And now we'll make... How damaged does he look? He's tough.
This guy's only been hit by you that one time.
You're forgetting the 1 point of psychic damage.
Yes, sorry. Yes, I was forgetting that.
Alright, we're going to turn this into a 15 attack. And roll this. Alright. 7 damage.
Okay.
And he has to save or be pushed.
Is it like an
I
athletics?
save 14. I save 14. DC 14.
Okay. He rolled a natural 20.
Alright. That's it for us.
He's going to stand and fight, not fall and fight. Tars.
All right. I'm going to move closer to the demon, so I have hopefully a better line of sight.
Okay. What do you want to do in relation to this thug in your way? You could move, like, up to...
How far away from the demon am I?
At this moment, you're about 60 feet.
Well, if
You've got a decent line of sight where you're at.
If I'm within 60 feet, then I'm going to cast Mind Spike.
What does it do?
Well, I reach into the mind of one creature I can see within range. The target must make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 15, or take 3d8 psychic damage.
Do you really want to reach in this thing's mind?
I do.
Okay.
And on a failed save, it still takes half damage. Or, I'm sorry, on a successful save, it still takes half.
It fails the save.
On a failed save, I also always know the target's location until the spell ends, but only while the two of us are on the same plane of existence.
Whoa.
While I have this knowledge, the target cannot become hidden from me, and if it's invisible, it gains no benefit from that condition against you.
Whoa.
So if it runs away, you can go and creep on it.
Yes, for concentration up to 1 hour, so I can only cast cantrips in the meantime, which is fine.
Okay.
But 3d8 psychic damage.
Okay.
5, 8, 6.
19.
So 19 psychic damage.
Damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it lets out an ear-piercing screech that doesn't have any game effect on any of you right around it, but certainly unsettles you. And then it goes. Alright. It's going to slash at some of these guards in front of it, but it's actually is going to turn around and try and bite you, Diabroth, since you hit it the hardest. So it's going to make 2 slashes on this guy that's right in front. Only 1 hits, though. Huh. Okay. This guard looks like he's just about to die. And then the bite on Diabroth. It missed by enough that it wasn't your armor that saved you. You actually kind of lurch back just a few inches, and it its maw closes right in front of your face.
Okay.
It also jumps again 10 feet up in the air, which doesn't provoke because it's not actually going to be leaving any of your threat range, and just kind of flips around, and it's now facing you, Diabroth.
Oh,
Foul creature.
it is really foul.
Over in Thugland, this tough thug is going to try and smack Jay twice. Well, your armor class is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, 17.
17? Okay.
Well, he's been viciously blocked, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he, one, you just kind of move to the other side, and then the second one you block with you get your shield out?
No, got my great axe.
Ah, I see. Well, you dodge one to the side, and then one, thuds in your armor. It doesn't actually hurt you. This guy is definitely going to flank Diabroth.
Bastard.
Be alone.
And attack twice with +1 to hit. And he hits you twice. Total of 13 damage.
I'm still breathing.
Yeah, this seems fine. Alright, Zashar.
Okay, damn it, I can't get up close to that guy. That's where the demon group is. Can I?
I think not. I think he's just out of range. Yeah, he's 40, almost 50 feet. 45 feet.
Alright, well, I'm going to move 30 and throw my other last javelin at him. So I'm out of javelins after this, so...
Alright, on the thug or the demon?
The demon. But I rolled a 4, so...
Nope.
Armor class 9 doesn't hit him.
Yeah, it actually just slashes it and it breaks in two.
Ugh. Can't believe these thugs are backing this thing up.
Zeale.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot at the demon. Okay. Oh! I rolled 20.
Oh.
It's a good time for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So do I roll another 20? Or
Yeah. You're shooting with a crossbow, right?
longbow?
Okay, yeah. Roll another d20 and tell me what number you got.
16.
Okay, 16 is a sucking chest wound. It deals max damage plus bonus damage. Bonus damage is 5. And the creature must make a con save or gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, so what's the DC? It's 8 plus his to hit of 7 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says 7. Yeah, plus 7.
It passes the save.
Okay.
But it still takes max damage plus bonus.
Just regular damage, do not double?
Nope, max plus bonus, so it's max damage plus 5.
I would normally on a crit, I would double my damage.
Yes, but
Okay, so Jesus. Well, 24, 40, 45 damage with the sneak attack.
So wait, do we the precision, the sneak attack damage is
nope,
not max.
the sneak attack is not max, but the regular.
Well, I still rolled the d6.
So that
So it'd be
Frank,
21.
that's a swingy thing, or a big difference from base rolls.
Yes.
Because normally you double all the precision dice. So
Those are still double.
Oh, okay,
Those
so
are
it's
still-
still
The sneak attack damage is double, but
so
the
you'll still
damage
roll
from the
your
weapons.
whatever it is, 4d6 or something instead of 2d6.
Okay. So it'd be, since it's a D8. Oh, I get D8 plus 4, so
So that's maximized.
that'd be 16.
That's 17 damage.
2d8 plus 4? It's 20.
So 8 plus 4 plus 5 is 17.
Instead of 2d8, it's just 1d8 because you're getting the
Yep.
exhaustion extra effect potentially came in.
Okay, that's fine. So double the. So 17 plus
Plus double your sneak attack dice.
17, so that makes it 28 plus another 4, so 32.
32 damage.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's awesome.
Okay. Your bow goes in, or the arrow goes into like its rib cage and sinks all the way down to like the feathers, and the thing like kind of lurches up and shrieks, and it's still moving.
Okay. And then with my bonus action, I'm telling Dybroth to just cut that head off.
Oh yeah,
All right.
that's the plan.
Then Imelda's up.
I think instead of the vicious mockery, she's gonna attempt the crossbow. This time, because I haven't rolled any dice for her yet, so let's try that. It's AC 12.
Yeah, against the thug by Jay. Then yeah, I think
Fantastic.
Imelda has a short bow though.
Oh, well, whatever it is. Is it a short bow or I mean, you know, it is a short bow. You're right. So,
D6 plus 2, I think.
well, roll a 6, so 8 damage. That's good.
That is good.
Can't complain about that.
He's still up though. At 1 HP. That's end of the round. Alright, people continue to flee, probably past the point of being relevant to the battle anymore.
Saved as many as we could.
And then it's back to the top of Dybroth.
Well, I guess I will roll with advantage. I'm also casting Divine Smite, which, if it hits, it does some more damage. It's gonna be nice. Ooh, I'm gonna use Inspiration Die.
Use that D4, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Might not have been enough. Let's see, that's, 16?
16? It hits.
Yeah. Yes! Oh, that's awesome. For, 6, 9. I assume this is a fiend as well, right?
It is a fiend.
Smite it.
That'd be 22 damage.
Alright. There's one final.
Well, you save the guards, and they didn't even get a chance to attack today.
A couple of hit it.
Oh, they did? Oh, I must have missed that because I was going between guard and death.
Yeah, most importantly, none of them dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely done.
Jesus. That seems like that thing should have gotten away.
Then it's Jane. Jay with the thug.
You got it, Jay.
And you're muted.
Yeah, he has his desk. I think Jay attacks with his greatsword.
You mean great axe?
Axe.
I bet he does. Considering the thing's at 1 hit point.
Yeah. Would he recklessly attack?
Do you guys want to accept the roll I just rolled for him?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
He rolled a 19 on the die, so
Okay.
he takes out that.
He-
Great.
Then it's Tarps. There's one.
Oh, there's one left?
Yep.
Well, then, yeah, I'll Eldritch Blast him. But, hold on.
It's
It's not very good. Yeah, an 11.
11 actually hits.
No. For
Nice.
1 damage.
1 damage? Oh, you had a really good chance of taking him out. But
I know.
I guess he's going to get to go again, which he's definitely going to seeing the demon dead disengage.
Yeah.
Oh,
As long as it's, that scumbag, if he moves more than 30 feet away from me, I'm going to be so mad.
it looks like you're probably right.
He lives pretty close. Let's see.
I
He's
think it's
exactly
right
30
there,
feet
yep.
away.
Good, I can still hunt him down.
And it's your turn. Actually,
Great, I'm
the
gonna-
guards are up. And this guy, actually, sorry, he's going to maybe steal your thunder. Actually, nope, he can't quite make it. Well, he's going to run up to there. Anyway, the rest of these guys are going to surround this demon and start inspecting it. Alright, Zashar, finish this.
Alright. I'm going to chase after him and recklessly attack.
Alright.
Yeah, I hit AC 15.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to my recklessness. For only minimum 6 damage.
Hey, I was gonna snipe his ass. Literally, just shoot him in the ass.
Alright.
That would suck. Death by arrow to the butt.
I want to get a closer inspection on this demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Imelda's going to tie up the sleeping guy while he's still asleep
Okay.
and have...
I'm gonna make sure my disguise is still working.
Okay. Yeah, you'd like double check, make sure your like fake mustache didn't fall off or whatever.
I don't think elves have mustaches, but okay.
Figuratively, you try
Yeah.
to make sure your fake mustache didn't fall off. But
Your figurative mustache.
all right. Yeah, within less than a minute after the dust settles, this place is just swarming with city guard who had been out, patrolling about the rest of the city. Like, there's dozens of guards all about. And in the immediate aftermath, a lot of the guard are kind of taking stock of what the heck happened here. They some of them look like they want to interview you guys, find out your account. You were closer. They want to ask what you saw. And yeah, they've got one guy roped up, which the guard pretty quickly want to take into custody. They don't look like they're gonna let you guys really talk to him. They kind of haul him away, and they're like, we'll be interrogating him.
I want to search bandits.
You want to
Dead-
what?
Search them.
Search them. Okay. Pretty quickly, there's guards around all of the felled people. You might be able to like rush over to one of them before somebody gets to you, but somebody else might notice you doing that.
That's fine. I'll just use deception to be like, I'm just searching for clues on who they are.
Okay. You can roll sleight of hand to try and sneakily search their pockets.
27.
27?
I rolled a 19.
Alright. He doesn't have any coin on him, if that was the first thing you're looking for.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I was looking for anything that looks of value.
You mean of interest to the case?
Yeah! I'll tell the guards. I'll tell Bob that when he walks up. Yeah, I'm just looking for something for the case. Yeah. Yeah, hi, Bob.
I want to go check out this demon body if I'm allowed to get close to it.
Yeah, in fact, since the guards weren't close enough, they want to like confirm, like, where did this thing come from?
I'll tell him that guy turned into it.
I'll run over also. And lend some credibility to the car.
Yeah.
We were just here enjoying his speech, and that guy came and killed him and turned into the demon.
He called him brother.
That is true.
The guards are like flabbergasted. Like, that's impossible.
Do you know if the Duke had a brother?
I think it was a metaphorical brother. Like,
A brother of an order, or a brother in arms.
It sounds like it's a question. That'd be a good question for a sage. We've never heard of anything like that. Any figurative or literal relatives of the Duke.
does the demon have any, like, you know, like, can I cut off, like, a claw or some sort of demon trophy bit?
No, they don't.
Now is not the time for trophies.
No, the guards won't let you do that.
Okay.
Well, I tell the guards that we can be of assistance and capable and trustworthy. I want to figure this out as much as you
I stay enough away that you can't see me.
Okay. They say, actually, that that's very likely, and if nothing else, we maybe have follow-up questions for you. So they ask if you guys can all gather up so they can ask you some questions.
I'm gonna run.
Zeale's gonna meander away.
You're gonna run?
He's gonna start whistling and
Yeah, I'll slowly start creeping back until someone spots me leaving.
Okay. Some of you guys probably notice him. Do you want to say anything?
I think
I can
the
roll
skies,
help.
right?
I'm still disguised.
I'm honestly paying too much attention to this felled demon and, all the other stuff about. I'm not paying any attention to Zeale.
Yeah, my focus is on with the guards and the demon.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm like, I want to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. I don't want to go to jail, but I also...
I'm behind Jay, too, so I think everyone is facing the demon.
Okay. Which way do you want to go?
I guess the way we came toward Baldur Gate.
Okay.
I want to get far enough away that I don't go with the guards, but at least I can still tail them if I have to, so we're not split up.
Okay. When you get towards the far end of the plaza, you see that there's guards posted now at all the exits.
Huh. God damn it.
I needed a tent or something.
I guess I'll try to hide with merchants or whatever. I just want to go home. Let me go home.
Okay, yeah, there's some merchants that, they didn't flee, they fled maybe into their tents, so they're, like, now coming out and, like, turning over carts and stuff that got flipped as, like, people fled and ran past them.
Cool. I'll help them clean up.
Okay. I think I'm going to need a roll of some sort for you to
Get away.
because you were definitely in the combat, and
Yeah, I'm in the garden.
Yeah.
Alright, you want me to stealth away?
honestly, I think it's deception.
Okay,
Try
I only got one to that, but it's a 10 total.
Okay. Maybe no one comes to you immediately, but something might happen.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, you guys are some of your across the various parts of the scene. Like some of you are talking to guards, some of you aren't. You're going to be kind of here for a little while as this like kind of plays out. But at one point, not a guard, a young man dressed in like fine robes, with like black hair and a beard, catches Tarse actually, and
Yes.
wait, I take that back. Sandal was there too. He moves into like shake your hand. Shake Imelda's hand, but actually like kisses her on the hand and says, and then leans in and whispers to both of you. My name is Imbralym Skoond. My master bid me to discover who took Duke Adrian's life. If you wish to save Baldur's Gate from the rot festering within, meet me at the Three Old Kegs. I'll be there until 4 bells. And he turns and leaves.
How many bells is it right now?
What bell is it right now?
So it's dark out. 4 bells. It's basically, that'd be like bar close.
Okay. Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure I knew how many bells I had to get there.
Yeah, by like late in the night. And neither of you probably have any idea where the 3 kegs is. The 3 old kegs. But that's what he said.
Definitely not.
3 old kegs. They could be in an alley for all we know.
Well, sure.
I'm just saying with this stuff.
Also, after a little while, the watch gets some basic information from you. They ask, like your names and kind of like what you're doing in town, why you were in the square, if you're travelers or if you're residents. So let me know if I guess you'd be truthful for all that. And they also say, we noticed somebody during the combat fighting with a bow. They wonder if that was a friend of yours or what you meant.
Yeah, I'll point to the arrow in the demon's body and says, "This should speak for his deeds. That he was here to aid and help. I don't know where he is now, but yeah, he's definitely.
He's with us. We don't know where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't seen him.
But I will be truthful when they ask my name and such, and if needed, I can produce my scroll of pedigree.
And I will show my sigil, or where my associates are.
Oh yeah, your order of the whatever it is, the fist.
Order of the Beasters? Gauntlet. Or the Gauntlet.
Fist,
Okay.
bracer, glove.
Still
Maybe
new.
it's your
Well,
local.
they don't recognize the medallion, but they say
And I have my religious symbol as well, the God of Tears.
they ask the name of their friend if you could help find him because, they don't seem like they're cracking down on you or anything. Quite the contrary, they're like, you guys are. We're so glad you are here. You guys are heroes and should be honored as such. And the leaders of the city may wish to offer you, thanks and reward.
I don't think we deserve it yet. Not until we figure out the true meaning behind this.
Well, they may wish to. The leaders may wish to contact you later. They ask if there's a inn or tavern that you're staying at, and they also ask if you have a banner or a name that your group goes by.
Oh.
We do not.
The Avengers. No.
Some of them break off and they look around for somebody with Zeale's description. And Zeale, you notice some guards coming your way while you're trying to make it conspicuous.
Well, I'm busy.
And in fact, they're like, "Oh, you! Were you the one fighting with the bow against that demon?"
At this point, I would have stowed the bow under my cloak, so. But I may perhaps have shot an arrow or two.
All right, some of them are looking you over. I think we need a separate roll for the quality of your disguise.
Okay, so I just get my +2 to that for efficiency.
Yes, I think so. I don't know what
It's-
skill is associated with a disguise kit.
It might just be dexterity, but I don't know. I'm proficient with it, so I'm just going to use proficiency. Oh man, total. My disguise probably got messed up in the fight.
Let's see. Proficiency. This kit allows you to add your proficiency bonus to ability checks to make a visual disguise. So it sounds like there is supposed to be an ability related to it.
I'd say it's charisma based.
Yeah,
If I
probably.
had to rule.
That would make it an 8 if I added my charisma.
An 8?
With the proficiency, yeah.
They ask, "Are you a resident here? You look awfully familiar."
Well, I come here every so often. It's been a few months since I've last been here.
So not a resident.
Oh,
Where do you stay when you're here?
Elfsong Tavern.
See. Well,
I mean, I
have
think
your
you
name.
want.
Are you with the group, the heroes who help Slay? Are you with them?
I came with them, but I'm friends. I don't know if I call them that.
And they have like a notebook out. They're like, "Can we get your name?"
Zeale. That's a Zeale.
Okay. Is that your family or given name?
That's my given.
Okay. And family name?
I didn't think that far ahead. Oh my god. Zeale's a nickname. My real name is House Danahill.
So you give him your real name.
I give him my real name.
Okay. The guy like stops writing and he's like, "Wait a minute,
Yes.
it is you." They like look to each other and they're like, "My lord, we've been looking for you, or not we, but your father has been looking for you. Is everything okay?"
Everything's fine. I've been doing some soul searching outside of the city.
The streets, this area is under lockdown. Shall we escort you home?
Well, you mind let my friend or let the party that I'm with know that I'll be doing that. I guess I'll go with one of you.
Ooh. Okay, so they're getting ready to do that, and suddenly, like from right behind you, there's a yell, like a yelp, as a merchant, this like big burly guy, who is like trying to turn his cart over. It actually like he slips and it like falls on top of him. He's like, "Ah, help me!" And the guards run over to help turn the cart back over.
Do we hear that on the other? Do we hear this commotion on the other side of the?
You might notice it. Zeale, you feel like you have an opportunity to run away.
Ellie, I'm gone.
Right.
I hear somebody yelling for help. I want to go check it out, though.
Okay.
Like, hurriedly,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, there's more demons, more
No,
back.
no. Yeah, you start coming over and you just see that there's a guy with like who's like almost got like his cart turned over on him, but you see that the people get it flipped over in time and he's fine.
Oh, I thought I heard another cry. Could be more horrible thugs and demons about.
Zeale, the only thing you can see to do is this tent next to you is actually empty. If you think you maybe could run in there, it's like the only place you see immediately that you could get out of like sight.
Is there anything to quote unquote hide in? I know he says empty, but maybe empty of people, but not stuff.
There are some crates.
Okay, I hide in the crate.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
You can roll stealth. You can roll.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that, Zeale. Every game I've ever played, the crates always explode.
Well, I got a 10 total.
10 total. Ouch.
Rolled a 2.
Okay. You're fine for now. Although, Zeale, why don't you roll perception?
I mean,
Sorry, not Zeale. Zashar, why don't you roll perception?
Well, it's not very good, especially if it's daylight.
Right, at disadvantage.
Isn't it getting...
No, actually, sorry. It's dark enough now that you can roll normal.
Oh, good. Well, I rolled a 9 on the die, which gives me a total of 9. I don't have a wisdom bonus.
Okay, you do not see Zeale do a poor job of ducking into the
one shy of 10 there.
I'm glad it wasn't my perception because I rolled a 1.
I feel like Imelda wants to talk to the group about like where we should stay, though, and maybe ask the guards for like their recommendation of a suitable lodging place.
Yeah, they will give you some recommendations. Before you really get into that, though, another notable group is going to enter the Blide and speak with you. Where is it? So a few more soldiers enter the area, and Zeale would definitely tell this, but the rest of you really may not really tell the difference between one group and the other. But they're armored a little bit differently, and their like tabard that they have on has a fist on it with that's like has fire around it. The Flaming Fist mercenaries. And one guy comes up, after he kind of like talks with the watch a little bit. He comes up to greet you, having apparently like heard that you guys kind of saved the day, and he addresses all of you. He says, "Greetings. My name's Ulder Ravengard. I am the commander of Worms Rock as of now, with the passing of Duke Adrian. Watch was responsible for his safety here. Should have been here to protect him." He looks down, but even so, we're indebted to you. Please meet me at Worms Rock when you are able, where we can have a proper introduction. You've been a great service to our city, and I hope you do not disprove my good appraisal of you. You'll find that I can be a valuable friend. I have much business to address at the moment. Let's speak when things have calmed down. And he pretty quickly turns to walk away.
I'll see you in the morning.
And actually, if it wasn't clear, he actually implies come speak with him like urgently tonight. But you guys could roll insight. It's just he doesn't seem to like want to talk freely with you guys. Well, at like in the crime scene and with the watch, like all present here. Also, as he like walks away, he walked in. He had like a couple people flanking him that were like dressed in armor, but you notice like a bunch of like a group of maybe a dozen or so like people that were plain clothes, kind of like looking nonchalant around, like all leave with him. It seemed like he had like came in with quite a force to like kind of assess the situation and get out. So that's 2 invitations.
Oh man.
Well, I'm going to confer with Imelda. I think we should definitely try and make this 4 bells at the 3 old kegs, but it sounds like this one would be a pressing meeting.
Yeah, I'd like to go meet with Ulder. Seems like interesting to do. If we have, I don't know how many bells we're at right now.
If only Zeale were here.
Guard!
What bell is it?
Yeah, they.
Hey, I'm back, by the way. Sorry about that. You called me from work.
Yeah, no worries. You missed a little bit. Battle's over. And,
Nice.
The aftermath, like guards have been kind of interrogating you guys, but in a positive way. They consider you guys heroes. A few people died, but it could have been much worse if you weren't there.
I'm hiding in a crate.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom, guys. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. That's fine because Zeale, you and me would need to go to the side room.
Okay.
I'll be back shortly also then.
You hear a voice speak out in the tent, and it sounds like he's talking. It's that guy, the guy who got knocked over by the cart or whatever. You can hear him outside the tent, still talking to the guards.
Yeah.
And he's talking in kind of gibberish, and the guards are like, "Okay, all right."
You can't
Yes, he's talking in Thieves' Camp.
Okay.
Um,
It just takes 3 times as long for me to understand.
yeah, and
Okay.
what you gather is that he says, oh shit, screen got flipped out. He says, don't trust who your friend spoke to. If you want to know what's really happening, meet me at the gateway to Kalimshan at dusk. Bring any of your friends who are like on the level, which you take to mean like
Yeah.
trustworthy. Yeah.
Or I don't know if any of them are trustworthy in this regard for what I think he wants, or but
Yeah. And he also says that he's going to draw them away and give you an opportunity to get out of Upper City.
Okay.
And sure enough, like he's like speaks normally again to the guard. He's like, "I just need to get out of here. The wheel's broken. Can you guys just help me push it at least to the gate?" They like, fine, and they go to the gate, but you realize that they're like, there's multiple ways out of the wide, and there's multiple gates. You find that the path like behind you is now clear.
Cool. I'm gone.
Okay.
I don't know. Did we already make the plan of where we're staying? I think we did. Someone said, "Oh, you should stay here."
You suggested a few places, and no, it was not settled, so you don't know where your party is. So you might need to like scope out at outside the gate and just hope you see them come out at some point.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too.
All right, okay, we're back. With that, they basically say you're free to go, and thank you again for being there.
Sorry, what was that?
Did you end the stream, or is it since you changed rooms it out the stream?
I think it maybe it's just ended in Discord. Hopefully, yeah, I think it's just ended in Discord.
Yeah, I think when you change rooms, it ended this room.
Oh yeah. Let's see here.
There we go.
Okay, it's back. So the guards say they have no further questions for you, and you're free to go. Their superiors may wish to talk to you tomorrow, but it's been a long night. They should kind of secure the area, and you guys are free to go.
Guard, how many bells is it right now? I still don't know.
I don't know what it actually is in terms of bells, but he tells you. It's
Okay.
essentially it's like 9 or 10 o'clock right now.
Okay.
I'm thinking like the hour, so 4 bells is 4 a.m.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know vaguely what time it was, so if it's, say, 9 o'clock, that gives us plenty of time to make 2 meetings, I think.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, where do you need to get to?
Well, I suppose I could ask one of these fine guards if they could point out where the 3 old kegs might be.
3 Old Kegs is in Upper City. It's just across. Well, it's in the next district over. So it's maybe a 15-minute walk from here.
Okay. And where were we supposed to meet the guards, gentlemen? And lady?
Luther?
Yeah. Ravengard, you remember what he said?
I don't remember where he wants us to meet.
Worms Rock.
Sure.
Where's Worms Rock, guards?
That's the fortress, the Flaming Fist Fortress, on the bridge over the river. It's completely on the other side of town. You have to pass through all of Lower City and Outer City to get there. It's over an hour's walk from here.
I suppose I could make it.
I'm more interested to go there.
I
If anybody wants to come with me.
think we should meet with the guard. What Zashar thinks we should meet with the head of the guards first. The Duke's successor.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Imelda, sort of on the side, no offense to the rest, but was this an open invitation, or did it seem like he just wanted a few of us, or what?
You guys could insight, but it really more seemed like you two were a little bit away from not currently being spoken to. It's just he wanted to catch a couple of you when you were away from the others.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was a all-encompassing view.
Good. Okay, good. I was trying to make sure that it wasn't directed only at a couple of us because of all the commotion. I couldn't tell. I agree. I think we should go to Worms Rock first, and if need be, we can take a carriage or something back up later.
The guards would tell you that, well, there's two things. One, Upper City closes to non-residents basically now, unless you're staying at like an inn there. You have just a few minutes to get somewhere within Upper City before they basically kick everybody out for the night, and you can't get back in until the morning, unless you're like staying at one of the inns in Upper City, or have special permission from one of the residents.
Well, we can rent a room out at that inn you guys were talking about.
I think that might be a smart plan.
But if you do that, it gives you a pass where the guards will like escort you directly to that inn, and then like escort you out. They don't allow you to like walk the streets of Upper City at night.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
I think that makes perfect sense, don't you?
That is fine by me.
Okay.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah. To be clear, with them explaining the time it would take, it may not be possible for everybody to go to both of these meetings and make it in time tonight.
Yeah.
Well, we may have to split up then.
Yeah. I'm willing to take the hour's hike down to the guards area by the bridge.
Zeale? Zeale, where are you going?
You look around, and Zeale's not with you.
Zeale's not even there. Of course he's not. He was taken away.
He ran off somewhere. Who knows?
Most likely.
He had some bad blood going on in here.
Tyrebroth, you're going to go take the hike. Zashar, are you also going to take the hike?
Yeah, I'll take the hike.
To the Worms Rock?
Yeah, I want to see what the boss, not the boss, but the
Right.
leader.
Jay.
Yeah, I'll go to the Worms Rock.
Excellent. Then Imelda and I will stay up here. We'll secure rooms at the inn and make sure you guys can get back in.
All right.
Okay.
Stay
In that case,
safe.
the guards
Wild.
will escort you to the 3 kegs, telling you that whatever your business is done there, if you don't stay there overnight, they would escort you to the exit of Outer City, and you need to find an inn elsewhere. So you guys may want a plan where if you, for some reason, don't stay in Upper City, if there is another place. You remember Zeale was kind of pushing the Elfsong Tavern as a place to like get a drink and kind of lay of the land, talk to people place. There's also, he mentioned the Blade and Stars as being an actual inn in Lower City that that's a good place to stay.
Tyrebroth, Zashar, Jay, what place would you like to be at in Lower City if we can't stay up here?
I want to be at Blade and Stars.
then we should meet at the Blade and Stars if we get kicked out up here.
Sounds good.
Check the Blade and Stars first when you guys are done with your business.
All right.
You know, if we've made it down there, we're staying there. If we haven't, you should have rooms up here.
Okay. Great. So that being said, let's address you three leaving Upper City first. As you leave Upper City, Zeale, you spot Zashar, Jay, and Diagroth. And you see them get far enough away, like out of City Watcher's sight, that you could contact them if you so choose.
I was like, do I need to make a roll? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I actually kind of want to talk to Jay. But, I mean, the group will be just really on there.
Okay.
Hey, Jay, I think you need to come with me. Meet with somebody that might have information on... I'm trying to how to word this. I have better information on than the person that you guys talked to earlier. I guess it wasn't any of these guys. Oh, none of them talked to that guy. First, I'm going to ask where you guys are going.
Worm Rock or whatever?
Yeah, it's Worm Rock. And you're going to go see the new commander? Yeah, we should discuss it. And, I mean, I'm going to just assume, since I heard all that, you guys just, I know why you're going and whatever, but I think that you should still send a couple people there, but don't take his word or anything, but I'd like to have Jay come with me to another area and meet with people of my own, age.
Your family or something?
No, not family. I'm trying to stay away from them. I hope they're not there.
The family!
Well,
I mean, I can go by myself, but I'd rather have, like, Jay.
Okay. I'll go with Zeale.
Yeah, keep an eye on Zeale, please.
I got my meat too.
Zeale, do you remember where the guy asked you to meet?
Oh, I didn't write it down, but I know the tavern. It was a gate.
Three barrels, wasn't it?
No. You guys.
He's meeting somewhere. He's meeting somewhere else, even?
Yeah, I'm meeting somewhere else.
Whoa.
I'm going to a gate.
The gate to Little Kalimshan. You know that Kalimshan is a district in Outer City.
Oh, is that kind of on the way to Wormrock?
It is kind of on the way to Wormrock.
Cool.
Well, come with me. Come with us.
Until we split.
Until we split, I suppose.
Okay. Excellent. So we're going to have 3 different meetings here that have kind of split the party. Brunson, sorry, I'll come back to you, but
should I step into another room?
Probably
Do you want me to do that?
Will when it comes time. In fact,
I mean, I can go into the side room since everybody else is kind of dealing with this meeting.
Yeah, I think it may be best for us to do like one-on-one, or maybe even do like a pre-session or something, and then have everybody kind of converge with all the information that they get, because it's you're all going to be learning it separately.
Sure.
There is something that's happening with your group of 4 before you get to your destination, though.
Okay.
But actually, just briefly, I guess, Tars, we'll say, I'll say when you guys get to the 3 kegs, and the fancily dressed man who I will say looks pretty openly like an arcane caster of some sort. thanks you for coming. Welcomes you in, has a private room booked, and seats you down. And before getting into business, and this seems totally normal to you. I'm not sure how Imelda reacts to it. Maybe may or may not like it, or be kind of impatient. Orders a lavish meal and several drinks, pitcher of wine, and kind of schmoozes for probably a good hour before getting into business. And he, as you're both new to Baldur's Gate, we'll just cover this kind of before it gets into the nitty gritty. Opens the floor for as travelers. He answers any questions you have about the politics of the city, the military, the festival, the history, the economy. He'll talk about any questions you have, and he'll even ask if you have any questions, to try. He wants to know about what you saw. He wants a more full account of the battle, and if you have any idea, he kind of got to look at that demon. But if you guys had any idea what sort of creature this was, what sort of transformation it went through.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you guys, if we had a Baldur or you roll any kind of knowledge skills on it.
16 on Arcana.
And got a pretty decent roll too. History is actually kind of relevant.
Oh, well then I can roll history.
Imelda has a ton of knowledges.
Yeah.
I have, that'd be 17 on history.
Okay. And I'm going to drop this knowledge to you guys, but the rest of you listening, you're going to learn this probably through your individual meetings as well. But your history roll is pretty decent. There's something about the Duke that would come up over this discussion. That he was. Nick, can you mute?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. In that he appeared to be a man in his 60s, but he's actually much older, and not few talk about this anymore or aware of it, but he went through kind of a lot of ordeals in his youth as a young adventurer, and specifically he faced a lot of people trying to assassinate him in his youth because he's actually what's known as a Bhaal spawn, Bhaal. And with your knowledge history, both of you would know that Bhaal is a long dead god of murder.
Oh,
What?
And Bhaal died over 100 years ago during the time of troubles. It was a time where many gods were forced out of their divine realms and actually walked the earth, and many of them were killed. Many of them are now back. It's very complicated. Out of game, it's every single edition of D&D kills off gods, and the next edition brings back the ones that they want to be back.
Sure.
But Bhaal's been dead for a long time, but before he died, the plot's not common knowledge, but some know that he had this plan to, or basically he had multiple children with different people all over the continent, and put a little bit of his divine essence into them, and they all had this compulsion to go kill each other, and each time they did, their powers kind of converged. But the Duke was able to resist this murderous impulse, and it was thought, because he had encountered any for over 100 years, that he was the last one, and it basically foiled this plot. But just the nature of how he died and this demon forming, it appears that maybe he wasn't the last one. And another ball spawn finally caught up with him.
All right.
Now, where does that leave us now? Well, we have a dead Duke. Duke Adrian was a great man. He led the Flaming Fist, but he was also like a man of the people. He was loved by citizens from the upper and lower city, and we feared with him gone that the city could fall into chaos. In particular, you guys are new to town, but there's a criminal organization in the city known as the Guild. And we believe they're going to use this opportunity to try and grab power. We don't know who their operatives are. It's always been kind of in the purview of Duke Adrian to be rooting them out. But with him gone, there's a power vacuum, and I think it's time for us to act. But I've spoken too much, actually. The one who really you need to speak to is, and at this point he would introduce, and I think we'll switch before we get into the full conversation with him. He would introduce another man. And I'll just give his description. Human, wearing kind of very noble clothes, but with a holy symbol of a wooden cog, which you guys could knowledge religion if you like.
12.
12?
Yeah.
Gond it's the symbol of Gond, who's like a gnomish god of like invention and riches, or not riches, but like merchants.
Okay.
Which, like, knowledge history, you guys would know is one of the like main gods of the city, and in fact, like the largest temple in town is devoted to Gond. He's got like black hair with just a bit of gray at like his sideburns, and a very well-trained, like well-trimmed salt and pepper beard. And he introduces himself as Duke Silvershield, Torlin Silvershield. We'll come back to it.
Silvershield. Alrighty, thank you.
Elsewhere, the four of you are traveling together through Lower City. It is dark, or getting dark at this point, and a mist has covered the city, which Zeale, is extremely common for Baldur's Gate. It's even people with dark vision have a hard time getting around at night because of the mist. It's basically like obscuring fog, concealment over the whole city, pretty much from like 9 or 10 o'clock until like 12 hours later. And
I'm on edge right now. I got my hardened shield out.
And I would tell them that, you might want to have your weapons at the ready.
You don't necessarily need your weapons out, but
not really weapons. Not like okay, your swords are out, but like
either you need your own light source, or actually several like younger, not like children, but teenagers offer their services as lamp or lantern carriers.
Sure, kid.
I would know that.
I'll flick him silver. Here, hold my
this is too much. Or he actually like offers you some change and like gives you like 9 copper back.
I was like,
I'll take 5.
Thank you, sir.
You're a good kid.
Right.
You're a good kid.
All right, so you've got a lamp lad with you, which Zeale, you know this is super common. It's like ride shares in this city. Like you pretty much like if you're on the up and up, you're traveling with somebody to carry a lantern for you. Certainly, when you're traveling in town as a noble, you always have one with you. Certainly, when you're traveling as your other occupation, you did not.
yeah.
But yeah, if you hire him, he guides you to the gate easily. Like Zeale, you knew the way too, but they guide you to the western gate, or sorry, the eastern gate out of Lower City, known as Basilisk Gate. Actually, it's however, when you get there, I didn't drop all 1,000,000 tokens for it, but there is a huge line getting out of town. Which you're like, oh yeah, I mean, with the festival and everything, there was since they gave like free passes for everybody to get into upper city. Well, they're not doing the same thing on the way out. The toll collector is working, and there's like just a huge crowd of people waiting to get out.
I'm gonna ask Zeale if he knows of any secret ways around this mess.
And if I do, I mean, I'm pretty sure I do.
No,
I'd be more than happy to.
No, you don't. Nothing that would be worth even trying. The city wall is very high and very well guarded. There's like people patrolling it constantly.
Oh, this could take a minute.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to the gate guard and just give him like 10 gold to just let him go.
Well, that's probably going to work. Before you do, actually, somebody like right ahead of you in line like looks back. It's like there's like a dwarf. He's like a blonde-haired dwarf. He looks back and he's like, his eyes grow big. He's like, "Oh, it's you, the heroes of the Wide."
What? Were you there? How do you know us?
I saw you fight that beast firsthand.
Nice.
Listen, you got to do something. The basilisk is squeezing every penny out of, or every copper out of all the people that were let in here to go see the speech. They're also doing a search. He thinks just because there was some commotion up there, he's got the right to search through every single merchant cart in everyone's pockets, thinking maybe somebody was up to no good. Maybe they were, but he doesn't have the right. He's a tax collector, not a city guard.
Are you up to no good?
No. Look, and he like pulls out his pockets, like, all I got's a few coins just to pay my way back home.
I'm not even gonna, I'm gonna hear that, and then I'm gonna make my way up front and show my papers of who I am.
Okay.
Oh.
And my signet ring, and tell them to let these people go.
Okay. The rest of you, when you see Zeale like pushing his way forward, do you stand back or do you go with him?
I'm still talking to this dwarf. I think he's hiding something.
Okay. Zashar, Jay, what about you? There's probably like 100 people like kind of crowded up in not single file line. It's kind of a mess, and there's like you hear people yelling up near the gate, and
one golden
there's like a little tent up there where people like you can just make out that there's like a guy sitting at a table with just like at the entrance to the tent, and there's like several flaming fist guards around the gate as well.
You want to arm wrestle to pass the time, Zashar?
That sounds fine. Yeah, that sounds great. Like I'm like, we bored.
All right, so you guys are just gonna waited line essentially, unless Zeale could do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Zeale, you get up there, and the there's a group of like 6 Flaming Fist guards, kind of flanking this tent, and you see a merchant like arguing with a dwarf that's sitting behind the table, and he's like very gaunt to the face, and like just looks like a mean son of a bitch. Like he's like looking very like dead faced at the guy as he's like making up some tale about how like, well, of course I didn't sell through all my goods. The place was attacked. Why? Like, give me a break. Of course, like, and you know that you actually have to pay based on how much stuff you bring through the gate as well. Like, there's a certain rate for if it's just you. There's a certain rate for like each cart, and there's a certain rate if like the carts are filled with depending on what types of goods they are. And like he's got a big cart of like fruit that evidently didn't sell, and yeah, the guy's like looking at faces and is just like, there's many waiting. You pay up, you know how it works. You pay or you go find an alley to rest in overnight, or you can sell us the goods, however you want to do it.
Okay. How much are they asking from them?
Well, do you want to go up and ask? How do you want to?
Yeah, no, because they're Flaming Fist, so my first initial plan ain't gonna work. So
okay. Okay. Well, first, I mean, are you gonna like butt in on the guy's behalf, or you guys? What do you want to do?
yeah, no, I'm like, we need to get this line moving. How much is it gonna cost to get his car out of the way?
He looks up and he's like, and who do you think you are?
And I'll give him my real name. I'll stand here.
And one of the Flaming Fist whispers, and he's like, "Oh, you're one of those heroes of the Wide, eh?
Yes.
I heard about you." That's not a big sign. He's like, he is looking like a little like drained from just like looking at the super long line. He's like, "I suppose I could make an exception and get the line moving. But to let all those scum through, well, I suppose."
I give him 10 gold.
He's like for what he like looks like he's visually kind of like counting up all the carts and all the people. He's like, be at least 25 to get all these people through.
25.
Yep.
You know what? Screw this. I need to get moving. I'm removing 25 from my inventory.
All right. Yeah, he counts the gold and nods, and he's like, "Very well. Let him through." But and he does mention to the guards, like, "Look, do still check for any that are excessively
What? That's fine. I don't care about that.
Okay. They open the gates, and everyone starts moving through. And yeah, you guys at the back like are maybe kind of surprised to see with after just a few minutes the line just starts completely moving through.
Oh, seems like whatever Zeale did worked.
And there's no dead bodies. So
All right. However, and yeah, you guys start going through too. And the dwarf, though, says, "Hey, you there," addressing Zashar.
Yeah. What? What is it?
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going in. I waited in line like everyone else.
I know a drow when I see one. What's your business here?
Hey, this drow has none of your business.
I'll butt in and be like, he's with me.
Really?
This man can be trusted.
calling a drow a member of a group of your heroes?
Oh, I wouldn't call us heroes, but he's definitely part of our group.
I believe he's renounced his past.
I was given explicit instructions to detain anybody who looks suspicious. He's about as suspicious as it gets.
Well, I crawled my way out of slavery to get to the surface, and I'm not about to.
Do you really want me to get involved?
This should not escalate into anything. He has nothing. He helped with the battle just beforehand.
Yeah, I rushed into the Battle of the Wide. Is that what they've been called?
The Wide. The Wide is the name of that plaza.
Yeah, I know, but the stars. Like,
oh, you're.
He's like whatever they're calling it. It's like, did you see that the thing that was there? 'Cause I did.
I did not see it.
And I'm going to talk to him and be like, do you really want me to get involved? I've already been nice enough to just pay you to get this line going and get everyone out of here. But trust me, you do not want me to get everyone, with the powers that I can get involved.
I feel like Imelda could help us out with a social check if she's with us. I didn't think so. Damn.
Intimidation.
He's trying to like. I suppose I could forget I saw you just this once for another 10 gold.
Ooh. Well, I guess
I want to intimidate this guy into leaving Shashar alone, and say, hey, you mind your own business. We're on an important mission here. All right, back off.
Well, you guys are on the mission to go see their leader. So that's one way,
I rolled a 19 on the die.
19
and
on the
it's
die?
plus 5.
Yeah.
That's 24.
I will help him with this and say, we're on our way to go see your leader at Warren's Rock. I don't know the guy's name.
You would remember that his name is
Ulder
Ravengard. Ulder Ravengard.
Ulder Ravengard, yes.
Of course, everybody's off to see the new marshal.
Oh, he asked for us.
Fine.
I'm not going to.
Fine. Get out of my sight. But don't expect that I'll remember who you were by tomorrow. I.e., you might have to go through this again.
I'll flip him literally flip him a gold coin on the way and say, I'm only half.
I might find out where he lives and he may not make it to go his duty tomorrow.
But that's all I want to say.
Alright, with that, you guys make it out. And I'm going to switch maps here because we're out of imminent combat stuff. So we can show the districts a little better. Also, Outer City is not complete on this 3D map.
Hey, Tars, how are you doing?
I'm just having myself a 3-course meal and a couple of good brandies and even yeah.
Yeah, and it's all it was all very, very clear that this was all paid for.
Having a good old time.
Yeah. You guys chose poorly. Heading down.
I just had a 3-course meal. That means like.
I'm getting pretty hungry at this time. I haven't eaten yet.
Different kinds of mushrooms prepared in 3 different ways.
Yes, I was going to say it's been a lot. I've heard of these things. Did it come with a little fancy dish of sweet things at the end too?
I haven't looked at that.
Ah!
Loading. This map is huge and it takes a long time to get in or out of it.
Whoa.
Okay. So,
Video.
yeah, Tars, if you're watching, yeah, you are at the 3 kegs here, which actually is just outside the Y. It probably actually only took you maybe like 5 minutes to get there. But depending on, basically to cross an entire district from one side to the other could take 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how busy it is, and how much you actually know where you're going. So for the rest of you, you made your way to the Basilisk Gate here.
All right.
And Zeale, you basically explained that you're part ways here at Little Calamshan, because that's where you're instructed to meet, and the rest of you would travel all the way on to Worm's Rock here on the bridge.
Wow.
And, well, I'll ask Jay if he still wants to stay with me or not. He can go with the other group. I don't think I need a meat shield, but
Are you gonna talk about who you actually met with? Any more?
Yeah. The merchant that was in trouble instructed me that we shouldn't trust the new captain of the whatever, the Flaming Fist.
Why not?
Well, that's what I'm gonna go meet up and find out.
Well, I think it's important we talk to him, even if we can't trust him.
Oh no, I still think you can't miss that meeting. I still think someone should go.
Well, we need a place to meet after, so we can all talk. We were talking about the sword and...
Yeah, I can't. I can see it on the map, the arrow, but a Bladen Song or Bladen Star.
Bladen Song, yeah. Or Elf Song. Oh,
Bladen Stars.
Bladen Stars. So we'll meet there.
I thought these human settlements were supposed to be free of murderous intrigue among the noble classes.
Oh, you're
No, it could be worse up here.
Well, it can't be any worse than Mesobaranzan.
I have no idea.
I guess we'll find out.
All right. Well, let's have you guys then split up, and I think Little Calamshan would be the kind of the next place we'll address. So after Zashar and Diabroth part ways and continue on down the path, Zeale, you and Jay head to the front gate of Little Calamshan. And sure enough, standing outside, you see what looks to be that bearded merchant that helped you out up in the wide, Zeale. And he makes like a little hand signal to you.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, if you so choose, you could roll insight. But
Ooh, I got an 18.
okay. It looks like he's saying something specific, and it looks like he's like beckoning you to follow, but like stay a little ways away. And Zeale, you clearly said, yeah, follow, but not too close.
I wouldn't even do anything. I would just be talking to Jay.
Okay. So merchant goes through the gates. You do too, and you like look around. You see that he's immediately gone to the right and gone up some stairs up to the walkway that this district seems to be walled off into multiple little teeny districts within it.
Let's do that.
Okay. You follow him up at a distance, and he's kind of like looks both ways and zigzags through like up on the upper wall a few different times, and eventually like you come down some steps in the district at the far end and hops down like behind a building and kind of in a back alley like behind the building, and opens a door, and you can see light from within, and he ducks in.
Right. I follow.
Okay. You find yourself in a room that has multiple oil lamps hung from the ceiling, and there's like a fire pit in the center of the room with multicolored rugs and like cushioned blankets. It's kind of, imagine like a Middle Eastern or like Indian kind of
tapestry.
Yes, and in fact, this whole little Kalimshan is a nation far to the south, which shoot, I should have mentioned this. Well, maybe we even wouldn't have actually heard the name of the district spoken, Diabroth, but Diabroth would recognize Kalimshan as where he supposedly came from a long time ago. Like, your egg was actually brought from Kalimshan.
So they're like in Little India.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the illegal egg trade.
Yes.
All right.
There are you can't see any of the walls inside because they all have like fancy tapestries hung on them, and there's one doorway that leads to another part of the building, but it's got like those beads, hung up that you can go so obscuring it, but you can easily pass through. And there is the merchant who you recognize, and there's one other, an old man who's sitting on one of the pillows. He's got like a turban and a very, very fancy robe. And he's sitting at a table next to the fire pit. And he like motions for both of you to sit, and he starts pouring tea.
Awesome.
Okay. Do you take a seat?
Yeah, I take a seat and, greet him in the noble way.
Okay. Okay, the merchant then like closes the door behind you, and Zeale looks you in the eye and makes a very, very subtle gesture, like as if to like put a finger up to his mouth to be like, don't say anything. Pulls off his beard and reveals that it's actually a woman. In fact, it's a woman that you recognize. And she says, thank you for coming. My name is Rael. And Zeale, that's... You knew her as a different name, but she introduced herself as Rael. And
I'm Zeale.
She said, welcome to the Kaleem Jewel Emporium. This is Miss Sade. He's an employee of mine. And he just kind of like nods and kind of grunts. He doesn't say anything. As you may or may not know, there's an organization that operates in the outer city known as the Guild.
Mm-hmm.
I work with them. Our purpose, the reason we exist, is to protect the people of the outer city who the rest of the city chooses and to say that we're not worth their protection. Flaming Fist, the Watch, they only operate within those walls. The rest of us out here are left to fend for ourselves. She goes on to talk about how the rich get richer and so on, and that the this whole organization of taxing is just making the poor poorer. Well, the money goes that money goes to fund the guards who don't even protect the people that are paying these taxes. It's completely unjust. And she says you might have even had to go through some of that on your way out here. In fact, I have no doubt.
Oh yeah, we just went through that coming through Basilisk. It cost me a pretty penny, but I needed to get here in a timely manner.
the Duke, Adrian, did much for us, as you know. He couldn't convince the nobles to expand the Flaming Fist operations to the outer city. He looked the other way when it was morally right to do so in some of our operations here. But with his death, I don't expect the same mercy, the same protection from the new leader of the Flaming Fist, nor do I expect it from the nobles of the upper city. We have to fend for ourselves, and well, I don't think we can do it alone. We need people like you.
Oh, if it's for you, I do it for you, not for the guild.
Well, one of the first order of businesses I have is to some of the most flagrant injustice in this city. Fandel is his name, that tax collector that you probably met at the Basilisk. He packs up every night at midnight and walks away with money that is rightly belongs in the hands of outer city residents. I think we need to get that money back to the people that deserve it. I have a plan, a sting operation. I know exactly where he travels. I don't want any of him harmed or any of the guards harmed, but we need to show them that they can't just keep taxing us to death.
Okay. Well, at this point, I'd be like, if before we go any further, if Jay just wants to leave now.
Jay, what do you say?
No, why don't I leave?
I don't know. I actually don't know how, if your character's like, oh, well, let's get that money back, yeah. Or...
I'm just looking for some fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is fun.
You visibly look like somebody, just from outward appearance, like somebody who'd be potentially in for something like this.
Oh yeah.
She's trying to...
I've got this urchin background I got. Can we go somewhere?
Yeah.
This is why I brought Jay.
Well, what can you tell me about the rest of your allies? How well do you know them? I saw at least one fellow that dragon guy didn't look like he might be on the level.
Oh, he's a goody two-shoes that I don't think would ever yes to these clans. Melda, he probably could convince her, but I don't want that. Arth, he's a nobleman. He probably wouldn't want to do this either. And who else? Zashar. And Zashar is ignorant of the upper world. He may have just gone along with it, but I've only known these guys since Green Rest, and go on tell the story about the dragon, and the drakes, and the cavern, and everything else that I know about that. So, which is not really important, but I've only known them that long. I trust that they would save me in dire straits, but I don't think they would agree with this action.
Well, unfortunately, without the Duke, we have no one in the military or politics on our side. Again, the only way we can do this is through decisive action. I think the more time any of you spend, speaking to you, Jay, and you being you, and those of you that are new to the city, you'll see that the injustice that all of us face out here. But we plan to strike tomorrow night. You can get a better sense for the city and see with your own eyes by then and make your decision. And she goes on to kind of lay out the plan, which we can come back to later.
And I would probably go and scope out the area too and see his route, because we have time tonight.
She already knows that. She knows exactly where he goes. He's like a man of discipline, and he has he starts at an exact time, ends at an exact time, follows the same route every day. And he's done at midnight, every bells that is, and he goes to his home, which he lives in Heapside. And she even says a couple different options of alleyways that are narrow, and you could block it off from both sides. Demand him to drop he has a couple people carry the cash box with them, and they're not fighting. He'll have a couple guards with them. They might resist, but you don't have to kill them. I think you can intimidate them or just knock them down and take the money and run. You know that with the narrow alleyways and the mist, you get 10 feet away from them and you're gone. They'll never find you.
Yeah, they wouldn't even see.
She probably spends a little more time talking about the plan. We could jump to Diagram. And
since you're jumping to the down, I'm going to mute myself and go get this food.
Okay. Okay. Dibroth and Zashar, you walk your way through Outer City, and you guys, it's probably your first time going through this area by foot, because you would have been on a carriage, essentially, when you passed through the city the first time. And you really get a sense for the sights and smells of this area, where the inner city, it's cobblestone and merchants, and the outer area is muddy streets, peasants, some farms, but also a lot of industry that is loud and smelly. There's a slaughterhouse. There's blacksmiths and stuff out here too. Just things that are loud and clanking.
This is exactly what the sisters told me the upper world was like: smelly and loud and bright.
Yep. But the road goes, it's easy to get there. You eventually make it to Worms Crossing. And you go across this bridge. You went across this bridge probably in a carriage a long time ago. There's this fortress, Worms Rock, with a large gate that can have probably 2 or 3 carriages wide go through it. But with a passage that goes through it, but there's also multiple rooms on the first floor that you've never been in before. And they guard, when you introduce yourselves, the guards say yes, the marshal's expecting you, and takes you up inside and up to the top floor.
Surprised they didn't want coins for foreigners again.
I guess it depends on the guard. When you get up to the top floor, the upper chamber, it's I guess a war room. kind of a thing where there's like a big table with scrolls and maps and plans on it. There's a desk and some bookshelves, but there's actually quite a lot of like windows that look all the way around. There's a good visibility of the river, and it's actually like a very scenic look. You can see the city like built into the hills. You can also see like the outer city wrapping all around this. It's not a mountain; it's a large hill. And the man you met before, Ravengard, is like standing like with his hands, clasped behind his back, looking out the window, and he like without quite turning all the way around, like motions for you guys to like join him over by the window.
Are we the only ones in the room with him?
There are two guards like by the door.
Okay.
It's good to see you again, Ulder.
Marshal or Ravengard is fine.
I understand a bunch of responsibility is probably landed solely on your shoulders at this time.
He like sighs and says, "Yes, there's much to do, and I fear for the direction the city is going." He like points out the window. Like, look at Baldur's Gate. See how it grows unchecked beyond its walls, and he's like pointing at like all the outer city sprawl out there. Those slums and ghettos, breeding grounds for a criminal cabal called the Guild. Flaming Fist is charged with defending the gate. But right now, the Guild, not some foreign enemy, is the city's greatest threat. It owns the outer city. Duke Adrian had a complicated relationship with them. Insight, you don't think he agrees with like how the Duke had been, policing them up until now. Guild is encircled like a besieging army. Its agents and rot are worming their way into every nook of Baldur's Gate. They find victims wherever the fist is not, and they grow bolder daily. They infest our politics, businesses. Duke Adrian was the Gate's greatest citizen since Baldur, yet the Guild assassin attacked him in broad daylight. And
well, we don't know it was the Guild.
Who else could it be?
Well, that's what we're here to find out. But we can't jump to conclusions.
Do they hold any notable persons as ransom? Or do they have a fair number of hostages that they keep?
And what of this prisoner that was captured? I'm sure he has some things that need to be known.
He's being dealt with.
Would there be any chance of us speaking to him? I'd really like to get his side. I want to know what he knows.
For now, I think it's better that he's interrogated by an unbiased party. He tried to kill him.
This guild, do you know who their leaders are, or are they yet a mystery to you?
Supposedly the leader is one known called Nine Fingers, but that's all we don't know. We don't even know if it's a man or a woman, human, elf.
Well, it sounds like a fairly easy way to identify them.
You'd think.
Yeah.
Like, look at my own fingers and say, do you know which digit was removed?
No.
Where I come from, the head matron would simply round up all nine-fingered members of the city and have them publicly stripped and beaten. So the fact that you're...
I can't... I have to admit I don't completely disagree with those methods.
Well, I would say the fact that you are not dragging people in arbitrarily to have them have them tortured means that you must have a better sense of justice than I'm used to. I'm interested in wondering why this guild seeks to what their goals are.
Do you think there could be an uprising?
Yeah, are they seeking to assassinate members of the nobility, perhaps, or?
It's already happened. They killed the Duke.
Once again, that might not have been the guild.
You're right. We do need to find the truth.
Yeah.
Here's what I know. What I know is we need people such as you at this time. I can offer gold, of course. He immediately is transitioning into terms of working for him. He's expecting to hear and accepting. But I can also offer a position of rank within the Flaming Fist and all the company honor the company's tabard affords. We're a mercenary company. I understand you're travelers. There'd be no expectation of service after this immediate threat is gone. But membership with the Flaming Fist would allow you free passage through parts of the city and may have other implications when it comes to investigating certain areas of town, things of that nature.
Oh, I'm going to understand you completely.
I want to pull Zashar aside and be like, can we take a minute to discuss this, just us two? This could be a good opportunity for us to get higher praise in this city, especially since we have an army on the way here, and the more people we know here, the better chance we could get help with this impending attack or whatever.
You don't have to decide tonight, and I know you should. You may also wish to speak with your allies. You can give word to the rest of them and give me an answer tomorrow. But assuming you agree, I'd like to tell you my first move.
What is it?
Like I said, the guild and other criminals within town have been given, I don't want to say a blind eye, but have been given much lenience up until now. And with the Duke gone, I'm worried they're going to...
they're planning something big.
Exactly. We know of at least a couple places where they gather. These can't be allowed to operate freely. I'm looking to bust a couple follow gambling dens in town, and I'd like you to be there. That's my plan. Is
maybe
tomorrow.
We can infiltrate them.
Gambling is illegal in the city?
It's not, but
it seems like the guards gambles every day.
No, in fact, gambling is one of the most beloved pastimes of the citizens from the very highest and lowest levels. But
I assumed it was a good way to make revenue.
the Low Lantern is our number one target, but there is also a place known as the Oasis within Little Town Shack. I plan to shut them down tomorrow, hopefully with your help.
Very interesting. All right. Well, tomorrow we'll have your answer.
I'll have an answer. I will send a this Charlotte kind of lights up to this. You can hire young children to send messages for you in this city, can't you?
We send messages with the guard. We're
lovely.
1,000 strong. I have my own messengers.
Well, I'll make sure to send you a message early in the morning. I don't like to come out when the sun is terribly bright, but I will try and give you an absolutely punctual message. This sounds interesting to me, and if it weren't for my friend's assistance, I would agree to it right now.
He nods and he says, I understand you just arrived in town today. I would be perfectly happy offering you space within our barracks here. You can give you and the rest of your allies need a place to stay for the night.
We have our own place to stay. We're meeting at a inn in the town. So.
May I ask which inn, in case I need to speak with you?
If I remember what it is, I'll tell him.
Yeah, it's the Bladed Stars.
Bladed Stars.
Bladed Stars. Say, I'll sort of bow and say, well, I'm excited to looking forward to working with you on this sort of thing, and perhaps some of our other companions will join as well, though I am loath to speak for another person in their absence.
And I want to say one thing about your guard. They don't look kindly on my fellow friend here. Is there any way?
Yes, I'll laugh and
them. You know.
Oh yes, I was almost arrested for my appearance. Again, where I come from, foreigners are commonly shaken down. So I can't say I'm terribly surprised.
They were simply following orders and it's fair to say you do look suspicious. Yet more reason why working for a Flaming Fist could be in your interest.
Well, I agree, and I'm certainly glad I wasn't taken off to spend my night in a cell.
So am I.
Very well. I look forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
And on the way out, Shar will kind of smile and say, well, Hyproth, we have plenty to speak about. This is an exciting opportunity.
Yeah, we got to get back to the others.
Okay. With that, you guys start heading back into town. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it probably before we can deal with Tars and Duke Silvershield, because I actually have to go back to work. But perhaps next week, Nick should be back, and we could actually RP that with Imelda present.
Oh, that'd be great.
So we'll start there next week.
Oh, sounds like our
session tonight. Good one.
No deal anymore.
Oh yeah,
Enjoying my meal.
Oh man, we got some back and forth with the guild and the Flaming Fist. This is madness.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, and I'm also excited for, like, you know, we can play it both ways. You know, we can be friendly with the Flaming Fist and leak information to the guild, or vice versa.
Yeah. Very interesting.
You certainly might be able to do that. Of course, you'd have to be careful about one or the other finding out that you're doing that.
All right.
Right. I mean, Jashar might have a low intelligence, but he's got good charisma, and is sort of like aware of how scheming works quite a bit. So he's like, you know, is happy to tell this guy what he wants to hear, but is kind of excited to go talk to the party and see what everyone else is thinking. You know?
Yes.
It's like, oh, I know something's going on. I don't know what though.
Cool. I look forward to you guys all reconvening and comparing notes next week.
Oh, we all became deities. We can stand on water.
Yeah. Amazing.
Nah, that's only like a third level spell.
Alright. Well, I'm going to cut the stream here, but good session, everybody.
Yeah.